Tashua Tigers, very happy birthday goes out to any of our students, staff members, and of course our parents who are celebrating their birthdays today. We know it's going to be a great one for you. Today is Thursday, which means it's Keeping It Crafty with Mrs. Thomas. I'm looking forward to her lesson.
We call it art. Oh, we call it art. Yeah, we call it art. Oh, we call it art. We call it art.
Hi everyone, welcome to Keeping It Crafty with Mrs. Thomas. Today, I'm going to show you how you can paint with salt. So for this, you need a thick white piece of paper, a pencil, a bottle of glue, you need salt, you need watercolor paint and a paintbrush, and a cup of water. So, step one, the first thing you want to do is you're going to want to take your pencil and draw something on your piece of paper. You can draw whatever you want, but I would recommend not doing anything too detailed because if you do something too detailed, there's going to be a puddle of glue on your paper. So that's why I did something simple like this. Alright, so step two, you want to take your glue bottle, you want to loosen it up, so turn the cap so it's loose. And what you're going to do is you're going to take your glue bottle and you're going to go over all the lines that you made. You want to make sure you take your time and that your lines are thick and solid. I'm not going to go over all my lines right now because I want to show you what the next step is, but I'm going to go over some of them. So let me just go over kind of like my crisscross pattern inside my heart. And again, I'm doing this really fast because I've used glue for a very long time, so I can be pretty speedy with it. But you definitely want to take your time when you do this. Okay, so just 4 more lines to go over. And you can see my glue, the cap of the glue isn't touching the paper, it's right above the top. So that way I'm getting these really nice, thick, and solid lines. Okay, so I've done enough for right now to show you the next step. So what's going to happen is now I'm going to shake the salt on top of this. You want to have a bigger piece of paper underneath your drawing because this can get really messy. So I'm just going to take my salt. Ask your mom and dads first that you can see if they can use your salt because this does take a little bit of time and it takes a little bit of salt. So all I'm going to do is I'm going to shake this on top and I'm going to make sure I go over all my glue lines. I know I'm going over everything because the glue is looking less shiny as I put the salt on top of it. Okay, so I'm really making sure I'm going over everything. So I would suggest before you shake the salt off that you wait maybe like 1 to 2 hours because if you lift it off and shake off the salt too soon, the glue will run and you won't get such a nice image. Okay, so hold on 1 second. I'll be right back. Okay, so here's my piece of paper that I've gone over everything with glue. I shook salt all over it. I've waited like a couple hours, and now I feel comfortable enough to shake the salt off. So, I'm gonna take this, and I'm gonna lift it up, and it's gonna be a little bit heavy from the glue and the salt, but I'm gonna shake the salt off. And that's why you have a piece of paper underneath it, so it catches all your salt. Okay, now you can see my drawing and see the glue and the salt. Now I'm going to show you the painting part, so hold on 1 second. I want to clean up my space. So I'm just going to move this out of the way. Okay. Now I have my dry drawing with the salt and the glue on it, and I'm ready to paint. All right, so step 5, now it's time to paint. All right, this is where I'm going to use my watercolor paints and my brush and my cup of water. So you want to make sure, in order for watercolors to work, your brush needs to be wet, obviously, because it's watercolors. You don't want to make your brush super wet, though, because you want the colors to show up nice and thick and bright. So I'm going to pick orange. I'm going to make sure there's a lot of paint on my brush. And I'm going to pick a spot, and you'll see what happens when you put the paint on top of the salt. So I'm going to put it like right there. And as you can see, the color is spreading out. So it's really spreading out. And then you can also mix colors. So maybe I'll put some red right next to it. And you can really paint this however you want. So once you're done, you get a really cool, beautiful painting. And the paint spreads over all your glue lines and it looks really cool. So I bet your painting looks awesome. And you can make as many paintings as you want, draw whatever you want as many times, put the glue on and then the salt, wait for it to dry, then paint. And it's really up to you as to how many you do. Do you want more art? I know I do. Follow these steps to get to the Trumbull Pre-K through 5 Visual Arts website. Thanks so much and stay crafty.
We call it art.
Thank you, Mrs. Thomas. That was great. You got our creative juices flowing today. Let's all stand for the Pledge of Allegiance.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
And now to kick off our day, let's all say the Tashua School Pledge.
At Tashua School, we earn our stripes by showing tolerance, integrity, generosity, empathy, responsibility, and self-control. We are the Tashua Tigers.
Have a great day, everyone. Continue to work hard.